Hello, guys. Welcome back to Christianity Reloaded. Today, we are asking the questions: does Muslims believe and worship one true God? Now, when some Christians might say, "Oh no, this the Muslims doesn't believe in one God, or they don't worship one God that Christians worship." But some might say that they believe in one God, but they don't worship that God. But let's look at this critically. Let's look at the nature of belief and the nature of worship. Because the Muslims say that when you ask them, they will say that they believe in one God. And they say that that one God is Allah. It's Allah. And the ordinary Muslims, this is what they believe is. And when you talk about worship now, you have to worship that one God they believe in. They have many forms of worship. And they believe they're worshiping that God they call Allah. But in my own opinion, I think you can say that they believe in one God, as Christians believe. I can go with that idea, but I cannot say that they worship that God. It's like they are like the Greek, when Paul met them and said that they sacrifice to this unknown God, and he told them that unknown God is have been revealed by our Lord Jesus Christ. But the Greeks are doing it; they don't even know who this unknown God is, but they do it. They believe they're worshiping this unknown God. And Paul see it as look, it's the same one God that they are referring to, but just they don't know the person. So at this regard, you can see that the Muslims, they believe in one God as we believe. But we cannot say that they worship this one God, or even they know him. Because in Islam, you cannot, they force you, they don't give you any choice but to, use the name Allah to, do all the prayers you're going to do. But, when you look at, the nature of God that created the different languages, it's all come from God. And that God will confine you to use one language, one Arabic language. The percentage of Arab in this world is small to compare to other languages we have. And this God is restricting them to only use this Arab name of God, Allah. That's why we think that this God, they think they know, they don't know him. It's not the true God. But they believe in that true God, but they don't know him and they don't worship him. They worship this God that they believe is Allah, but it's not true God. Because the true God cannot tell you to confine your language, one language, to worship him just with one language. And it's the same true God that created many languages. So we don't think that a true God, they know the true God. But they believe that God is one, which the Christians believe, and the Jews, some Jews believe that God is one. So in that aspect, they believe in one God, in one true God. But the problem is that they don't worship that, they don't even know him. This is our own understanding, because if they know him, they shouldn't be going around the circles in Kaaba and kissing the black stones. Because this is what we expect the pagans to do. We don't expect someone that knows the true God to go and kiss a stone and say that the stone comes from heaven. How can God send the stone from heaven to be a stumbling block to some people, to go and kiss? God is not a stone. He doesn't have the use for any stone to throw the stone down from heaven and tell you to go and kiss it. There's no point of kissing a stone. And the only people that we see, we're not going to be surprised if they do it, is the pagans. Like Paul encountered them when he went to Greece. This is what we expect. We cannot see somebody doing something like that and believe that the person knows God. They see the understanding we are having, when the Muslims listen to us, how we see them. Even though we know that not all of them go and kiss this black stone. But even if some of them doesn't go and kiss it, they still, approve it. That's the problem. I haven't seen anyone any Muslim that's come out and say that kissing the black stone is not good. It's idolatry. I haven't seen any of them. If there is some of them that say, I want to see them, that's, because there's no, there's no justification for kissing a stone. And the stone have no relationship with the religion, as I think, because, it just came from heaven, And other prophet didn't kiss a stone. That's the problem. If he said that he following other prophet, none of them kiss a stone. But you shouldn't kiss a stone and want me to believe that you know God and you worship the same God. That's why we don't believe that you guys worship the same God. But our understanding is that you believe in one God, one true God. But the unfortunate thing is that you guys doesn't know that true God. It's unfortunate because of the nature of the religion, and how you guys practice. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video and tell us what you think. Maybe we are wrong in what we were saying. I welcome comments from the Muslims because sometimes some of them come around and start to comment in my comment section. I'm open to dialogue with Muslims. You know what I mean? I'm not the type that bash anyone. But the only thing we do is that we tell you, the way we see you outside. Because sometimes if you're in religion you don't see it, people outside have to tell you how they see you. And you may ask, why do we talk about Muslims or Islam? We talk about them because they first of all talk about us. If you go to Quran, talk about the Christians and the Jews. You know what I mean? If they didn't talk about us, no one will talk. I will not talk about them. I will talk about them like the Hindus. I rarely talk about the Hindu or the Buddhist. I don't talk about them because I don't pay attention to them. But the only reason why we talk about Muslims is because they first of all talk about us. Thank you for watching. Peace.